Hi, my name is Louis, and I'm going to be presenting this poster at the EPS Conference 2025. My supervisors are Bert Tillmans and Patrick Bach, and I'm funded by the University of Aberdeen. So this piece of research I'm going to be presenting is into visual perspective taking phenomena, which describe our kind of ability to understand how other people see the world. This underlies higher level socio-cognitive reasoning, but actually the mechanisms by which we do this and how we come to a representation or understanding of how people see is not really well understood. So in an effort to try and understand these mechanisms, Samuel et al. Constructed a paradigm in which, in fact I can draw this, in which people saw a person who looked at two lines drawn on the wall, and the participants' task was basically to indicate, using a set of two sliders, how long they thought each of these lines, 1 and 2, would appear to this person who stood kind of obliquely to them. So in reality, due to kind of disappearing into depth and how perception works, line 1 should appear slightly longer to this person than line 2, given that there's a kind of vanishing point over here and this disappearing into depth effect. Samuel et al. However found that there wasn't this, people weren't sensitive to this. Some people thought that line 1 should be bigger correctly, but there was an equal amount of people pretty much who thought line 2 would be longer, and then some people who thought the line should be the same length. So people aren't really sensitive to the content of another person's perception. We kind of thought that the use of these sliders was maybe a bit ambiguous, and the way that the question asked was maybe a little bit confusing, however, so we thought we should reappraise some of these findings. So over the course of 3 experiments, the first one being a replication and then the other 2 manipulations, we first replicated these results using the same paradigm as Samuel et al. And we found that, like they found, that people weren't sensitive to the content of another person's perception under these circumstances. We then improved the question to try and avoid drawing attention to the length of the lines and more to how the lines should visually appear to the other person. So there wasn't this kind of tendency to see the lines as their real length and how they're actually perceived by the other person. And we also moved the sliders just more ergonomically under the lines that they referred to. And in doing this, we actually found a significant effect in the correct direction, that people did know that line 1 here would appear longer to this person than line 2. We built upon this again in a follow-up experiment by changing response methods. So we swapped out these sliders and actually allowed participants to manipulate the length of the lines themselves. And here we found a very, very strong effect that people, now they could move the lines around themselves, knew that this line should be longer, should appear longer to this person than the other line. So these are the results I'm going to be presenting at the EPS conference. I'm super excited to have conversations about them, especially with Samuel, because I know that he's going to be presenting as well. So yeah, super looking forward to having conversations. See ya.